everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading for the astrological sign of Leo. And this is for the year 2021, what general energies you might expect, some things you might be dealing with, that kind of thing. And this can be for either your sun, your moon, and or your rising signs. So if any of those are in the sign of Leo, then this would be a good video for you to watch. Because not all Leos are the same, I like to give choices of piles for you to pick from. So we have pile 1 here that has a red stone, pile 2 has a yellow stone, and pile 3 has a blue stone. And so then that way you can have a chance to pick whichever pile you're most drawn to. It's a good idea to go with your gut instinct, whichever one that your gut's telling you to go ahead and watch, rather than with just whichever one looks cool to you. Once you pick out your pile, you can go to the timestamps in the description and you can go directly to your pile. Also, if your moon and ascendant sign are in a different sign than your sun sign, which is the case for most of us, then you might want to watch those videos as well, because those might be of interest to you. They might have some specific messages that might help pertain to you as well for the year. All right, guys, we're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on the piles, and then we'll see you at your reading. Hello, Leo Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the red stone, let's see what kind of energies and other things you can expect for the year, some things you might be dealing with. We do have our Black Moon Astrology card, which I'm going to read first, and I'm also going to read out of the booklet here because there's a lot of detailed messages and might be some important things for that. Then we have our tarot cards, which we're going to get to. We're also going to have some charms that we're going to look at here in a little bit, as well as the oracle spheres. So you can be thinking of your yes/no type of question that you'd like an answer to. So let's get started. Leo, I will, number 17. That's interesting. You pulled the Leo card. That's really cool. All right, let's take a look here and see what this has to say. It is better to be looked over than overlooked. Mae West. This is the card of honor and strength, proud and strong. Those born under the sign of Leo are all about integrity. They are ruled by the sun, which is a light and a force we cannot live without. We would be left in darkness. Like the sun, Leos are warm and vital personalities. They intend to make their mark on the world, have a secret wish to be admired, and they want their time on earth to mean something. Not willing to be another link in the chain, Leos want to stand apart from the rest. Some may be known for their dramatic beauty, while others are clowns, or at least the life of the party. The sign of Leo reigns over children, creativity, and the stage or public arena. Leos make great actors, television workers, book publishers, artists, salespersons, and posers. What they do must count and be unique. To overlook a Leo brings about great resentment in him or her, but generally Leos are too proud to ever say so. When the Leo card comes up in a reading, expect to be at the center of something and be recognized. It may do with awards, a television appearance, or a conference or a public forum, or any place where people gather. Your talents are about to be singled out for special recognition. Creativity should be a part of this endeavor. Children or youth or the young at heart may figure in too. This is a time for standing out and making sure you are counted. You are going to be appreciated for your unique qualities. It is about to happen. Your life is soon to be filled with creative fun, optimism, and youthful adventure. Since Leo rules the 5th house, this card can indicate romance entering your life. It will be generous, open, and playful. It may be a connection where you will work together on an idea, or possibly ventures with a vision that will create new things for a public to enjoy. The way you appear to others is important now, and this card indicates growth in both reputation and career. You may opt for a new look. If you're looking to change careers, something original or to do with the public will be likely. If a job emphasizes team players, you will soon be one of the leaders. Whatever is happening, you're at the center of it, and it will be an adventure. This might mean being a bit of a gypsy, traveling, going with the flow, and trusting in your ability to make it all work out, and it will. The pleasure principle and a temptation to spend a lot of money may also factor in. You could take a gamble and win, but show caution. You may experience strange and exotic circumstances where you will have to play king or queen. Your routine could come to involve changing hats and doing many different things. Odd or eccentric individuals may come your way, and if so, you may want to give them a chance as they could help advance your cause. This is a time of being spontaneous and living in the moment, and a grand approach if necessary. It is time to part the clouds and let the sun shine through. Be playful, be bold, and end up winner because luck and light are on your side. The Leo card in brief: the spirit, personality, the heart, romance, the start of a romantic romance, fun and crazy romances, romantic desires, flings, passion, the heart of the matter, grandiosity, that which is beautiful and makes a statement, creative invention, a work of art or being individual, cats, children, lots of noisy children, the classroom, excitement, play and where you go to play, bars, nightclubs, music, concerts, theater, circuses, parties, campfires, being with people while asserting your own unique personality, wanting to be the center of attention, the stage and screen, public persona, publicity, talent agents, being in the news, the ego, showing dignity, being honorable, problems with the upper spine and neck, heart palpitations, circulation issues, being there for others, breaking the ice, pride without arrogance. The corresponding tarot card is strength. And the key ideas are the individual, creativity, play, children, the stage, standing out, and the heart. Okay, wow. That's exciting, especially with you having the Leo. Also, I always kind of think of red as kind of being a Leo color, too. So that's just kind of interesting here. All right, let's see what other energies we have going on. Some other things. Contract, number 6. Okay. That could mean that you might start a new business venture, or that you have other legal things that you might have to deal with this year and work on. So let's see what else we got going with the tarot cards that might clarify that just a little bit more. All right, we have the Four of Swords, the Justice card. That's interesting that contract and justice go up together. The King of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Star card, the Four of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Okay, that's interesting. Lots of Wands energy. And the Three of Swords. Okay. Interesting. We have lots of wand energies and the Star card. And what I see with that is the creativity part of Leo. I really feel like creative endeavors might be something for you to definitely work on this year, for sure. It's also interesting, though. We do have the Three of Swords. What often shows a broken heart or some sort of dealing that makes you kind of crestfallen or hurt in some way. And then we also have the Five of Wands, which is kind of, a fighting, aggression type of card. That's interesting how those cards are showing up there. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is kind of a meditation card or rest and relaxation after a battle or getting prepared for a battle type of card. And then we did have the contract and the justice card. So I do think you guys might be dealing with some legal matters this year. Maybe some fights and struggles in court. But what's interesting about that is if you do have that, if you do go to court over something or have legal matters that you need to be dealing with, like drawing up contracts and stuff like that, there might be a fight involved. So there might be actually a court case that you have to go to. So there might be a fight involved, but it's also possible that it's just doing legal matters. It's just, drawing up contracts and doing other things like that. I do kind of see a start here. We have the Ace of Pentacles, which I kind of see that as maybe a start of a business or a new venture or a new project or a new thing that you're working on. And so that might be where the contract comes in. You may get to that due to some sort of heartache or loss, like maybe you're going to lose your job and then you decide to go forward with something else. You have lots of creative energies going on here. You have we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is kind of an intuition card. We have a Star card. The sun isn't as known for its intuition as the moon would be, but I do think that you guys are going to have some divine guidance through your intuition that's going to help bring about the things that you're going to be dealing with. I do think you're going to have reason to celebrate this year with the Four of Wands. We also have the Queen of Wands energy, which to me just shows kind of reaching the top of things. I think there's going to be lots of fire and spirit and passion, and that really is encompassed with Leos for sure already. They have lots of energy, creativity, passion. There's things that they get fired up about things, and I really feel like that's what you're going to have happen this year. You're going to get really fired up about some project that you're working on or something that you're going to be doing, and you're going to work on that. And with the Queen of Wands here to kind of help top that off, she is very determined. She's social. She's full of charisma. She's optimistic. And so I kind of see that as being you guys this year. You guys having that charisma, that optimism, that creative ability, that confidence, getting out and doing social events. We have the Four of Wands, which shows some social happenings happening here. We have the Knight of Wands too, which is also showing some courage. I think you're going to show a lot of courage this year. You're going to be energetic, a free spirit this year. I see lots of free spirit type of energies coming on. Because we do have a page. Pages are very young, youthful energies, which it talked about children might be important in this, or youthful type of people, or young energies, or just you even having that young energy. But the Page of Cups is very full of idealistic. There's a dreamer. It's your inner child. And I feel like you guys are going for it this year, okay? You're going to go for a dream. If you guys had a dream of opening a business, I keep thinking business stuff for some reason. It keeps popping into my head. So I think that might be something a lot of you guys are going to be doing this year is working towards opening up a business. And I do think it's going to be, the fruits of your labors are going to show by the end of the year for sure. We also have the King of Cups. So we got the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups. So you're reaching the pinnacle of everything. The king he's wise. He can be an advisor. He knows the difference between his head and his heart. And so that's really cool because we have the balanced energy up here of the contract and the Justice card. And so you have the balance between the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups, where the Queen of Wands is, passionate and determined and ready to go out there and social and charismatic and optimistic. The King of Cups is kind of down to earth a little bit more. He's a lot more balanced. He can balance things between his head and his heart. He's a counselor. He can do those things. So you have this balanced energy going on during the year, which is great too, because by being able to work both sides of it, you're going to be able to move forward a lot better. And so there's a lot of balanced energy going on this year. You guys are going to be able to balance your passions with your creativity, with your knowledge, with your good business skills and acumen and other things. And so that's really cool this year. You're also going to have some intuition to help you move forward, but also have the earthly passions, and be able to, and you're going to be willing to be able to go out and fight for what you want as well. With the Knight of Wands and the Five of Wands here, you're going to be willing to fight for what you believe in and what you want and where you want to go this year. And I do think that those fights will probably come out in your favor. I do think that they're going to be something that you're going to be able to go forward with. So that is really cool. That's a really interesting year that you have all these creative energies flowing, all these passions flowing, all these things that you really care about going on. You'll be able to fight for things. I also think a few of you might actually be fighting for some causes that you really care about. Like if there's charities that you're involved in, nonprofits, if there's a particular cause out there that you feel needs attention, or that you want to fight for or be a champion for, I think that that is another energy involved here as well for some of you guys. I feel like you're going to be willing and able to go out and charge and defend and fight for that cause. That's kind of the center of attention thing. You're going to shine a light on that. The Leo energy is bringing the sun, shining the sun onto things, and I think you're going to be very passionate about it and be able to willing to fight for it. So that might be something that some of y'all can look forward to this year as well. Okay, let's go ahead and go onto our charms and see if we have any other useful energies or information. And we also can be thinking of our Oracle Sphere question, and we'll get to that in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and do our charms first. All right, let's give these a really good mix up here and see what else we've got going this year. Okay, we have some letters. We have an H, O, M, P, and L. Okay, so those might mean something specifically to you guys, or you might be able to come up with different words. I got hope and pole out of that, even though the E's not there, and also home. So that might be something useful there to you as well. Remember, the letters are H, O, M, L, and P, so y'all might be able to come up with some things. If you come up with something good, put it in the description. It might help other people out as well. Oh, we also have an F, so that was kind of hiding there. Okay, I love this. We have enough, dream, and forever. I think you might have enough of something this year. Basically, you might have enough work or other stuff, and basically I get the idea of being fed up when I see that word enough in this particular reading. Of you might just have had enough and you're ready to go on and do something else. You're ready to go on and move forward with something else there. I kind of see that as being something that you're doing there, where you're just, you've just had enough and you're ready to move forward. You're ready to move on. You're ready to go forward. But we do have the forever and the dream too. I think it's time that you could be building something that lasts forever. That's also shown by the acorn here. Acorns are very strong. They're a strong oak tree. That's what they grow into. And I feel like you might be starting out something that's going to last for a very long time. So if it is a new business, or if it is, working towards a cause that you really care about, you might be invoking some change that's going to last for a long time there. So, and then also the anchor kind of shows that too, because I think you're going to get some stability going forward in your life. And also with these having the balanced energies that we talked about earlier, I think that just kind of goes along with that. We have some other messages here that might be useful. We have every journey starts with one step. That's really cool, because I think that you guys are ready to start on that journey with the Ace of Pentacles that you had earlier. I think it's time to move forward on that journey that you're ready to go forward and do. We also have good night which we'll talk about in just a minute because we got the feather here too. And then it takes a big heart to teach children, or your little minds, basically. So it's interesting how children might play really important into your decisions this year, or the things that you deal with. You might be teaching children life lessons or other things. You might work with children like in youth groups or other things like that. I kind of also saw the helping hand there is dealing with that as well. So that might be something that you all will be doing this year, and I think that that might be really important to you guys. So I think that that's something definitely to work on. The good night, I see as kissing children goodnight, like when they go to bed, and saying goodnight to them. And so I think you might be nurturing children. That's a very nurturing type of energy. We also have the feather, which is a message from Spirit, that they're working with you. I think that goes along with your star card, and also the other card that you had here. Yeah. I guess it was just a star. That goes with, but it goes with that. It shows that Spirit is with you guys, and that they're helping you along in this. It also kind of shows your spirit and your passion and your creativity as well. All right, we do have some other cards here that might be useful. We have the Ace of Cups. That can kind of show, once again, starting out on a new journey, but also how abundance can kind of overflow from going on this journey, and also new opportunities being offered to us. We have the Two of Cups, which is coming together in a partnership or whatever. And like I said, if you're going to be forming a business or other things like that, it might be a partnership, or it might have to, do that. Also, we had contracts and justice and other legal matters, so you guys might be getting married this year as well. That might be something you're passionate about. Okay, and then we had the Five of Hearts, which is the Five of Cups. This energy is a little bit more of things being offered to you, and you might not see them. There might be some hidden things going on here. So be on the lookout for opportunities and other things, because that might be important. And then we also have the Queen of Hearts, which is once again the Queen of Cups. So you had the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So that's really cool. Once again, the counselor type thing. So maybe that's you guys where you're counseling, especially the children or the young people in your life. And that might be something that you start doing and work on. And I think that that might be really important to you this year. And then we had the King of Swords. Oops, which the card dropped. Pick it up here. We had the King of Swords, and once again, the kings and queens are at the top of their game, and the swords, they're willing to go out and fight for anything, but they also have new ideas, and new, it deals with our intellect and our ideas and our mind and things that come to us from our mind, and they also have a lot of power. They're also a force for change. And so the King of Swords specifically has a lot of authority, discipline, integrity, high standards, and moral. He's a very moral type person, and that might be very useful for the dealing with the children as well. And that might be some more of the energy you're going to be shooting out into the universe this year as well. So those are definitely things to keep in mind and work towards. Okay, let's go ahead and do our oracle spheres. Basically, if you've been thinking of a yes or no type of question, it can be about the upcoming year. It can be about something you've just been wondering about recently, or just basically any question that you would just like an answer to, not an open-ended one. We have 4 different stands to choose from. We have yellow, blue, red, and green. And so you basically pick whichever stand you would like your answer to appear on, and we'll go ahead and get our answers. All right, number 1, yellow is probable. Number 2, blue is another probable. Okay. Number 3, red is a not sure. So that might mean the question's a little bit muddled or fuzzy, a little hard to answer, or there might be factors that need to be played out before the answer can be given. And then the not now. That might mean that a few things need to play out in a certain way before it can happen, or The time just isn't quite right yet. But it might be down the road. All right, guys, that's our answers that we have there. I hope you guys had some useful messages come out of this reading. If you liked the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Also, leave me comments in the comments section. Share this video and the channel with your friends and family. Let them check out the things that we have to offer. Those are all very useful things to us. Also, you can subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos when they come out. All of those things are free to do, and they're very, very, very useful to us. We're kind of small on YouTube still, and we're trying to grow, and this is the best way to help that happen, and we very much appreciate it when you guys can do that for us. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description to PayPal that you can do that with. And you can check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings out there that might be of interest to you on lots of different topics. We also have flip-throughs of the different tarot decks so you can see what they look like. We also have videos on how to read tarot cards if that's something of interest to you. Coming forward soon in the next couple of weeks, we're also going to be doing rune readings that have numerology readings along with them, so that might be something that might be interested in seeing in the future as well. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. We look forward to seeing you in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2 Leo, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the yellow stone. Let's see what kind of energies and other things you might be dealing with for the year. We've got your Black Moon Astrology card we're going to do first, and I'm going to be reading out of the booklet for that because there are a lot of detailed descriptions and messages, and I don't want you to miss out on something important there. And then we also have our tarot cards that we're going to be looking at for clarification and for possible more messages. We also have our charms we're going to be looking at here in a moment. And we also have our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you can get an answer to there. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. We got number 1, Sun, the Spirit. That's interesting, you got the Sun because that is your planet. All right, number 1. There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. Martha Graham. The sun is at the center of our lives, just as it is traditionally in the astrological chart. This is why the placement of the sun is the most significant. The sun is our spirit, our personality. It represents, along with Uranus, an animating flash of life. The sun signifies who we essentially are. It also is the need to express who we are. In ancient belief, the sun is Amun-Ra, the god among all gods, whose name leads to Amen, the word at the end of a prayer. The sun rules over the condition of our bodies. It is the return to light, the ability to transform and rise again. The sun represents our health, vitality, and dynamism. The sun is our strength and what we put our focus on. It is no surprise that it was the sun early people venerated, then developed into the idea of a life-giving creator. The sun is also the universal spark called spirit that enlivens the body. It is our strength. The sun is the desire to bring on the outside what exists on the inside. It is life made manifest. The sun says more than any other planet, I wish to live, I want to thrive. When the sun card presents itself in a spread, it adds an encouraging spin to any reading. The sun is all that is good. It is the positivity that trumps anything negative. This card says, all eyes are on you. You have the strength and power to get things done. All things that are truly meaningful are starting to happen now. You are now in a place to lead and inspire. It is through the sun's inspiration and creativity that will enable you to make things materialize. This may be at the front of a group or on a stage or just in the way that you lead with confidence. The sun card gives an emphatic yes to your reading. Another meaning behind this card is that the summer months are relevant. Summer may be when the wished-for event occurs. Parties, events which emphasize creativity and fun, children and childlike adults all figure into the situation. This card also implies an aptitude for acting or just a period where dramatic ability and creative leadership could greatly benefit your mission. You may find yourself singled out, perhaps in a dramatic situation where you show your skills in some impromptu ways, such as giving a speech or teaching a class. It is also a time of generosity and laughter. The spotlight shines on your life. What you are doing now is being noticed. If you're not used to this, you may react with aloofness. Avoid foolishness, immaturity, and any lack of organization during this time, or the matter could fall apart at the seams. But all in all, this is a progressive, energetic card with foretells of prodigious things on the horizon. This card indicates that matters will be going your way, but leadership on your part will be necessary. It is time to act and take your place in the sun. The Sun card, in brief: leadership, reigning over the situation, showing majesty, being king or queen, royalty, being noble, being regal, a return to life, getting a second chance, resurrection, passionate love, good feelings, happiness, showing confidence, exhibiting grace, generosity, cats, summer months, tropical areas, parties, bonfires, cookouts, the colors orange, red, and gold, decadence, sometimes bad taste, the heart, the liver, and the upper spine, heartburn, dealing or working with children, censoring the inner child, except on special occasions, gaining favor, winning prizes or awards, finding your divinity, Buddhism, radiating wisdom and light, castles and grandiose homes, new furniture, being noticed, what is shining bright, allowing yourself to shine, gold medal, jewelry, mirrors, being willful, acting in your own interest, dignity and pride, conceit, being fair, having integrity, supporting the underdog. The corresponding tarot card is the Sun, and the key ideas are life force, power, influence, radiance, the heart chakra, stage presence, and charisma. All right, so this sounds like a pretty fortuitous card. We'll see what else we've got going on here that might help clarify that a little bit for us. We have the Sun. That is very cool, very interesting. That just once again shows you might be in the spotlight this year. The sun might shine on your endeavors. Anything that you wish to work on or do might have favorable outcomes this year. So let's see what else we've got going along with this. Oh, we have the moon along with the sun. That's interesting. I like that. The Five of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Cups. Lots of emotions going on. The Moon card again. So that one's doubled up. Yeah, lots of emotions this year. The Wheel, the World. Oh, wow. The Two of Cups. Wow, wow, more wow. The Nine of Swords, the Devil card, the Four of Cups, and the Lovers. Wow. Okay. This is intriguing. This is very interesting. We have lots of emotional energies going on this year. Okay, but also I feel like your intuition is going to be at an all-time high as well. I'm thinking that that's something that with the moon showing up twice, that's double energy, it's double up, that's two things. The moon represents a lot of our intuition, our hidden talents, our kinds of things going on that way, but it's also dealing with our emotions, and I really feel like your emotions are going to be at the forefront a lot this year. Possibly relationships and other things as well, because the Cup cards does deal with relationships, and we do have the Lovers and the Devil card, which kind of shows the Lovers in chains there with the Devil. So with those energies going on, there might be some love interest things going on this year, some things dealing with love or emotional dealings, other emotional things happening. I also feel like you guys might have a time period, especially early on in the year, where you might not be seeing your full potential or what fully is being offered to you. By the Four and the Five of Cups, they both represent that energy of dwelling on what you don't have rather than seeing what is being offered and what is there. They both have that energy of missing out on what is being offered to you and what's available to you because you're not noticing it, you're not seeing it. So that might play out. I think maybe early on in the year that might be something that maybe you're not seeing this. You're not getting that fully. But it's interesting with both of these cards is there are cups that are upright, and even with this one, the four cups are sitting here, even though they may not have in it what you want. So that's interesting too. That I feel like even though you might have this energy of not seeing what's being offered, that there is still stuff there. There still is value to that and to what you have. And also, you might let your fears and worries and anxieties get in the way a little bit. The Nine of Swords energy has a lot of that going on. You feel like you might have a lot of things hanging over your head, or some things, especially early on. I feel like this is early on in the year. This is something, things may be hanging over from 2020. You might feel is lingering there and still something that you have to deal with. It is interesting. I do think that partnerships might be something that you're going to be dealing with this year, to a good favorable outcome, by the way. With these other cards, I really think that those might have a favorable outcome for most of you guys. You might even get into a very passionate relationship that was unexpected, maybe even slightly forbidden, or slightly, maybe at first you're not sure it's one you should be in, or you're not sure it's the right one for you, kind of thing. That's possible to happen this year as well, with the Devil card showing up here. But we do have the Two of Cups and the Lovers card, which kind of shows a coming together. We have the Ace of Cups, which is wonderful, overflowing abundance, with our emotions, with pretty much anything, but it's just overflowing abundance going on here. And we also have the Seven Cups, which is a good manifestation card. It's also a change up card, so I do think that things might change up this year for you, based on some of this earlier thinking. Things should change up some, and then things should start manifesting a little bit more your way. This magician here is manifesting all kinds of things in his cups. Kittens and rainbows and butterflies and flowers and castles and all these wonderful things. So he's getting all of those things. He's manifesting. And I feel like you guys have the power to do that this year. The Sun card, the sun shining on your life, the sun shining on things, is definitely, a good favorable outcome for you. It's a good favorable, being able to get the kinds of things and rewards that you want out of life. So I see that as being a big part of your 2021. Maybe not early on, but I do see it as something coming forward later on. The Wheel and the World cards. The Wheel, a lot of times called the Wheel of Fortune. And sometimes it's not the Wheel of Fortune so much as fortune as in getting a big fortune, but sometimes it's the Wheel of Fortune in that your fortunes might change. So they might go from one high to a low, or a low to a high, or changing things around. And that's possible for that to happen this year. I think that your fortunes could flip very easily. But by having the Sun twice and the World card, I just really see that you guys have, in the Ace of Cups, you guys have an opportunity for a lot of wonderful, good things to shine on you this year, especially in emotional matters and dealing with matters of the heart, relationships, those kinds of things. I think are the things that are going to be a focus and probably have a lot showering on you this year. Also, too, I mentioned earlier about your intuition. I think your intuition is going to play a very important role in your life this year. I think it's time for you to really pay close attention to what your intuition is telling you. I think following your intuition and your guide is going to be very, very, very important to you. And those are things that I think that you need to focus on, as well, because with the Moon and the Sun, that's a wonderful balanced energy, and it's a wonderful, kind of getting everything, the world, kind of getting everything that life has to offer, emotional happiness and, accolades and other things that the Sun involves as well, is kind of the full picture going on here. So these are wonderful cards for the year. It's very exciting, what you might be dealing with. Let's go ahead and get our oracle spheres and our charms. So you can be thinking of your yes/no type of question that you would like to get an answer to. And we're also going to look at our charms first. All right, let's see if our charms have any other information for us, or any advice, or any other energies we might be dealing with. Okay. Well, first of all, we got a couple letters. We have an H, an A, and a K, and a G. So those might be initials for somebody, or they might bring about certain words that come to mind. They might be things that, when you see those letters, something will pop into your head. So that might be something for you to take going there. Wow. Okay. Let's see what other charms we have here. We do have the feather, which means spirit is with you this year, and also connecting to spirit might be important with all the cups cards that you had. Dealing with your subconscious and kind of tapping into that would be really important. So I think that might be something that you might want to do there. Every journey starts with one step. So definitely take that first step this year. Definitely, go out there and do that, because, be the warrior. We got the warrior card here. We also have the fox, which is cunning. And we have the dragon, which is, fiery spirit, the go-getter kind of thing, full of creativity as well. And your imagination is very much overflowing in the cups cards that you had so much of. So maybe your creativity and imagination would be something that you would really want to focus on this year. We also have Alice and the Dream Star. And so kind of what I see with that is, maybe taking some unusual paths this year. Maybe, once again, creativity, imagination, intuition, all of these things play a really big role in your life this year. It's just something that I really think you need to focus on. We have the Four of Diamonds, which is the Four of Cups. So that's kind of doubled up in the reading. So once again, don't overlook things being offered to you. Don't overlook what's available to you out there, because you'd be missing out on something pretty important. You don't want to do that. We also have the Seven of Swords energy and the Jack of Pentacles or Diamonds. The Jacks, to me, are a lot of times pages or knights. And being the Pentacle card, I can kind of show that things might be really good for you as far as your finances, your business. Diamonds. We also have the Diamond, which can kind of show that as well. So I mentioned earlier that you would probably have some good favorable things in love or relationships this year. But I also maybe see business or your career or finances also possibly doing really, really well this year. Accolades coming your way, that kind of thing. Dealing with children could be good. We do have the child's bow here. So dealing with children could be a good thing. Also, the sun deals with fathers, and it's kind of the planet that represents father. And we also have the seahorse here, and the fathers in the seahorse take care of the children, and they deal with them down in the depths. And so I think maybe working with children this year, dealing with children, teaching children, spending time with your children, if you have any, this year could be really beneficial to you as well. Those relationships could be really important to you, and I think that's something for you to maybe focus on. And then we also have the grapes, which is a cornucopia kind of sign. It's just showing good health, good abundance, good harvest, good things coming your way. So the charms are just playing out everything that the tarot cards were bringing forth of about, other than being a little worried about you overlooking things being offered to you. Other than that energy and kind of needing to surpass that energy, for the most part, it looks like things are going to shine on you pretty well. Let's look at our oracle spheres here. So you have your question ready of what one you'd like an answer to. We have 4 different stands that you can pick from that your answer can appear on. We have yellow, which is the first one, 2 blue, 3 red, and 4 green. So we'll go ahead and get our answers. Okay, number 1, yellow, is a maybe. Number 2, blue, is a not sure. Might mean some other things need to play out, other energies might need to go, or maybe the question wasn't real clear. That's possible. Number 3 is a yes. So the red is a yes. And number 4 is a probable. So number 1, yellow, is maybe. Number 2, blue, is not sure. Number 3, red, is yes. And number 4, green, is probable. All right, guys, I really hope you had some good messages come out of this reading, some things that might help you out this year. Please give the video a thumbs up. Share this video and the channel with your friends and family. Put it out there on social media. Give them an opportunity to check us out. Leave comments in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. All of those things are free to do, and they really help out the channel a lot. We're still very small on YouTube, and we're trying to grow, and that's the best and easiest way for us to grow. It helps YouTube decide to share our channel, that kind of thing. So we really appreciate it when you guys can do those things for us. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description that you can do that with. But also, I would love for you guys to check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings out there on lots of different topics that might be of interest to you. We also have videos on how to read tarot cards, as well as videos on flip-throughs of the different tarot decks so you can see what each of the decks look like. We also, coming up in the near future, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we're going to start doing a series of readings, rune readings and numerology mixed in with that. So that might be something that you're interested in seeing in the future. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. We look forward to seeing you in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Leo Pile 3, those of you that chose the blue stone. Let's see what kind of energies and other things you might be dealing with throughout the year here. First of all, we have our Black Moon Astrology card. I'm going to go ahead and read from the booklet on this card because there's lots of information in here, and you might get some specific answers or some other things that would be useful to you. We also have the tarot cards, which will help clarify things and maybe give us some other information. We also have our charms, so we're going to take a look at those here a little later. And we have our oracle sphere, so you can be thinking of your yes/no question that you'd like an answer to. And we'll get that answer later on in the reading. All right, let's get started, see where we're at. Number 18, Virgo, I analyze. All right, let's see what the booklet has to say about that. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Benjamin Franklin. Worry and organization are the key traits of the sign Virgo and of this card. Virgo is picky and exacting. They can be insanely organized. They are very helpful to others. They tend to be critical, but usually this criticism is applied to themselves. They are conscientious and highly intelligent. Virgo natives prefer to step back and analyze before moving ahead. Virgos are true worrywarts. Much of their worry focuses on health, possible disasters, and any sudden change which they dread. They would much prefer a return to simpler times. The sign of Virgo governs the 6th house of health, natural remedies, and analysis. Diet and nutrition are also dominant themes for this Mercury-ruled sign. Virgo natives make the best doctors, nurses, health workers, teachers, and librarians. They are excellent writers, but not so much public speakers. They abhor bringing attention upon themselves as they feel this might attract criticism. They have brains that buzz like bees, and this can be exhausting. Virgos are highly strung, they overthink, they plan against what might go wrong, and hate it when things do go wrong. Virgos shy away from chaos and detest disarray. It isn't unusual for Virgo natives to keep books and musical collections in alphabetical order. The everyday chaos of life causes them to fret, leaving them restless and nervous. They tend to suppress what they are feeling, which can bring on stress-related illnesses. Those born under this sign love cleanliness and have diligent hygiene habits. They fear disease and germs. If this card presents itself during a reading, look to concerns about your health, lifestyle, and your job. If you are expecting things to go normally or as planned, that will not likely be the case. Watch out for critical people who seem to pick at all you do, or perhaps you are now the picky person. Your mind may be beleaguered by worries, some of them health-related. Other worries may be that things have gotten out of control. This card sometimes indicates hospital doors, meaning medical tests and visits to the doctor. Alternative health approaches and a better diet may appeal to you now. Dealing with health issues, the workings of your own body, as well as those of your family or friends may factor in, but you could be beleaguered by worries that border on hypochondria. You may feel you have every disease you read or learn about. You may begin to have symptoms with little explanation as to why they occur. You may go for medical tests, but this card does not necessarily indicate a serious illness. This card also signifies a good time to get rid of your clutter. Living a cleaner life, focusing on details, and doing what needs to be done are now your focus. Other concerns would be your daily routine, 9-to-5 responsibilities, and mundane goings-ons that may need your attention. Getting organized will enable you to get where you're going. This card also suggests you need to be more reliable in your approach. Problems won't go away. You must work, and they must be addressed. Virgo is a gentle sign, typically mild in nature, with a fondness for small animals as well as feelings towards the plant world. Being at one with nature, noticing the important details, being fully present in your work, drawing upon the wisdom of the critical mind as well as attention to health and diet are all subjects associated with this card. The Virgo card in brief: analysis, summing up a situation, evaluation, becoming organized, ridding yourself of clutter, correcting matters, being conscientious, medical visits, hospitals, nursing homes, health concerns, the workings of the body, the gastrointestinal tract, the nervous system, diet, jobs, and career, the 9-to-5 world, getting ready to work, working for others, serving others, being selfless, cleaning up other people's messes, changes in job or workplace, opening a business, numbers and figures, shyness, feeling left out, not speaking up when you should, writing, books, bookstores, and libraries, growing a garden, obtaining a new pet, anxiety and worry, constant fear of not being perfect or of underperforming. The corresponding tarot card is the Hermit, and the key ideas are daily routine, the body, healing, worry, details, usefulness, and hospital doors. Okay, so those are some energies there that you might be dealing with in the upcoming year. Let's see what our other cards have to say about that too. All right, we've got envy, number 20. Okay, well, that's an interesting card coming forward with this, because if we are envious of what other people have or what's going on with other people, that can cause a lot of negative emotions, negative things to happen in our life, and can cause us to actually get ill and get sick. So that's kind of interesting how that kind of came through there as well. All right, we have the Knight of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Emperor, the Ten of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, again, so that one's doubled up, okay. The Five of Cups, the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, interesting, a lot of the same cards as the last spread had, the Emperor again, we have that twice, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Queen and King of Pentacles. Okay, I do see that for quite a few of you, you might have some health concerns this year, some things that you are worried about. I kind of saw that when the Five of Cups card came through and the Ten of Swords. I'm thinking some of you guys might be worried about your health some, but also it's interesting because whenever I see the Ten of Swords, a lot of people see it as kind of a finality or the person's, done for. I usually see it more as the problems and the things that you are dealing with, the worries, the other tensions that the Swords cards can cause are now finally at an end. They're finally reached their final pinnacle, their final whatever. And so, and the Five of Cups card here too, they're paying attention to the turned over cups, the spilled cups, but they're not, they're crying, have their head, they're covering their face up, so they're not seeing what's above them here. So you might have some health issues that you're focusing on or worried about or paying a lot of attention to, and you're not really seeing that maybe it's not as severe as you think it is, or that there's more going on here. There's more to the situation than maybe you're seeing right now, right off the bat. So that's an energy some of you definitely have going forward here. I do possibly see, this is interesting, the Two of Wands is doubled up, and the Two of Wands often denotes contemplation. It's interesting how this card corresponded to the Hermit card, because hermits, often go off and contemplate matters and contemplate things, and the Two of Wands does that as well. They're trying to decide where to go with their life next, what's the next level of their journey, what's going on, and I think that might be something that you guys might spend some time on this year. You're going to be contemplating the things that are happening. This Seven of Cups card kind of shows that as well. The Seven of Cups we can be manifesting things that we're worried about, or we can manifest things that we really would like to get. And that's something that's very important that I want you guys to think about. If we dwell on things as they might be, if we become a worrywart, if we worry about things not necessarily as they are, because we may not even be seeing them as they are, but we're seeing them as potential, and we look at the negative things or the bad things or what's happening, sometimes we can literally manifest that into our lives. We can literally manifest those worries. They can play out. They're kind of self-fulfilling prophecy sometimes when that happens. On the flip side of that, if we look towards the things that we can have and that we want out of this life, and the things that are possible, and not just the negative things that are possible, but the good things that are possible, we can also cause those to be a self-fulfilling prophecy and a manifestation thing. And I think this card really bears that out. I think you guys have the opportunity to have great abundance, health, and happiness with this Ace of Cups card here, and the Emperor showing up twice. Okay, you have that opportunity, that availability, but it's up to you, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune often shows going from highs to lows and lows to highs, and doing flips around. Okay, it shows that's quite often what is happening in the Wheel of Fortune. And I see you guys can be doing some flip-flopping throughout the year, and a lot of it is going to be based on your mental attitude. So I really, really, really want you to focus on how you're seeing the world and how you're thinking of the world this year. Because if you focus on the negative, more of the negative will be attracted to you. If you focus on the positive, more of the positive will be attracted to you. So that's kind of the buzzword for this year, is that almost anything's possible for you this year, but a lot of it is going to depend on your attitude. You do have the opportunity for things to come out very, very well in your favor and you to reach the top. We have the Queen and the King of Pentacles. The King and Queens, the Pentacles deals with our health. And if that is something that you're worried about, it also deals with our finances and our earthly matters and businesses and work and, other things like that. And the Queen and Kings have reached the top. They have that abundance. They have that health. They have the wealth. They have the finances. They have all of these things. And so you have this opportunity to reach that level this year. It is available to you. It is there. And it's highly there with the Emperor cards and with the Queen and King. Also, the Emperors, too, look out over their subjects and all, and you might be worried about other people in your life, not just yourself. And that could be something, but remember, those worries could manifest just by thinking about them that way. Try not to dwell on things that you cannot change at the moment, because that's not going to help anybody. So I want you to kind of keep that in mind this year. But the Queen of Pentacles specifically, she's very generous, she's caring, she's a homebody. And I think that that might be something that you guys might want to focus on this year as well. With the contemplative spirit here and with the Virgo energy, they like to be homebodies. They like to kind of stay amongst themselves. Where Leos usually have a tendency to want to be gregarious and out there and out in the world, and that might be your natural tendency. I think this year it might be a better tendency to stay at home a little bit more, reflect more inward, doing more of those kinds of things rather than getting yourself out there. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. And the King represents abundance, ambitions, businesses. He's the provider. And so between the King and Queen here, like I said, I think you have the wonderful opportunity of pulling in good health, finances, businesses, and other things. So even if you have some drastic things going on, especially early in the year, if you lose your job, let's say, or you have your health kind of, is a factor or something you're worrying about, or other things happening, especially early in the year, that might drag you down. It might, pull you one direction for a while. But we do have the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning, a new start, a new thing forward. And if you can kind of twist that around, turn that around, I do think you have opportunities for good business ventures, good work related things, good finances, good health, all of those things. And maybe that's the other thing too mentioned in the card. Maybe just changing up your diet, your exercise routine, your sleep routine, doing some meditation, other types of healing techniques, especially alternative ones, might be really useful to you. Now, I'm not a doctor, so don't think that my advice needs to be the be-all end-all. If you guys need to see a doctor, please go see a doctor. Don't put that off just because I said alternative healing methods would be good. But you could look into alternative healing methods and see what feels right to you, and maybe incorporate those into your work, your routine and your daily thing as well. And that could help you do better with things as well. So I just wanted you guys to keep that in mind and kind of deal with that, because if you are dealing with health issues or other things this year, changing up your diet, your routine, your how much water you take in, your meditation, all these other things, taking those things in, I think will help heal you and help keep you on top of your health. Okay, so that's just something for you to keep an eye out for as well. We have our charms we're going to go ahead and do here, as well as our Oracle Sphere question, but we're going to go ahead and do the charms first. All right. Okay, let's see what we've got going here. We have some letters that might be useful to you. We have J-A-E and a Y. Now, even though the O is not there, I originally thought of joy. So I think that that's something that could definitely be part of your life. We also had the E-A, so I was thinking of eat. So once again, eating properly, dealing with that kind of stuff, I think could be very important to you this year. So for those of you that aren't sure that your diet's going the way you want it to go, that's definitely something that you should work on here. Okay, let's see what other cards we have going here. We have the Two of Cups, and we have the Jack of Wands. Okay, so I do think that you guys are going to have some passionate energies this year, because there's a Seven of Wands as well, which is defending of things, defending things that you're passionate about, things that you care about. But this is also, the Wands are also creative energies and creative cards, and I do think that you guys might have some creative abilities that you might want to work on this year. because we do have the Mickey Mouse hands. That's a creative energy that I kind of see overflowing here a little bit. We also have some intuition energies, or at least meditation ones. I see these definitely as meditation ones. We have the Star Kitty and the Moon card. And I see those as getting a lot of inner truths, inner messages, staying at home, which we also have here with this, heart and home charm as well, where it's, home sweet home charm. Also with the hammer, I see the hammer as building on things, strengthening things, maybe, hammering things down. And so I think being at home this year is going to be kind of a really important thing for you. Kind of doing that home body thing is going to be really important for you. Small animals might be very important as well. We have the pouncing kitty here, and Virgo does represent small animals and pets and other things. So your pets might be very important to you this year. If you don't have one, maybe it might be a good time to get one this year. So that's something to be thinking of. We also had a couple, we have a starfish and a seashell. And once again, I think of meditation. It's interesting how, because we had the looking up into the skies and looking out into the sea. I think that you guys, need to spend some time in nature. You need to spend some time with spirit. You need to spend some time exploring your inner thoughts, inner feelings. I really think that that's really important for you this year. You've got the protected, so it's showing that you are protected in things, which is good, because if you're worried about a lot of things happening or a lot of bad things coming your way, you have the protected sign there. We also have the potion perfume number 5. And I kind of see this as taking care of yourself. When we get perfumes like this, it's kind of taking care of our bodies and ourselves and our sense of smell and whatever. And I do think taking care of yourself is important this year. We also have the monkey. And sometimes when I see the monkey come in, I think of monkeys on our back. And I think that you guys might have some monkeys on your back that you need to expel and kind of need to move forward with. Because once again, I think it's those worries, those fears, those whatever that could become manifest, and you don't want that to happen. You also have the key, and it's a clover key. And I really like that because the clover deals with, it's a heart. They're kind of clovery hearts. It's kind of a 4-leaf clover, but they're made out of hearts. And so you guys have the key to luck and happiness this year. With your emotional things going on with your cups cards. You guys have the key to getting what you want. And I was mentioning that earlier with the King and Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor card, that you guys have the key to get what you want and what you feel like you should have in those kinds of things. Okay, let's go into our Oracle spheres. Basically, we have 4 different stands here that you can choose from. We have, and when you choose your stand, that's where your answers, we'll go ahead and put your answer on that stand. So we got 1 blue, 2 yellow, 3 green, and 4 red. So let's see what answers we have. The number 1 blue is a very likely. Number 2, yes. Oh, I said yes, but it didn't come out yes. That's weird. I don't know why I said yes. Number 2, yellow. Guess not that one. Is a probable, so I guess that's close to a yes. Okay, number 3, green is a very likely. Number 4, red is a yes. Okay, so we have blue very likely, yellow probable, 3 very likely, green, and red is a yes. All right, guys, I really hope you had some messages that were very useful to you out of this reading. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video and the channel with your friends and family, put it out there on all the different social medias available to you, and give them an opportunity to check us out. Leave comments in the comments section, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. All of those things are free to do, and they're very helpful to us in the channel. It helps us grow. It helps YouTube to decide to share us And we're very grateful for you guys when you guys do that for us. We just appreciate all of those things. Check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of different timeless tarot readings that might be of interest to you. They're on lots of different topics. We have flip throughs of the different card decks so you can get an idea of what they look like. We have videos on how to read tarot cards, and also coming up in the future, we're going to start a new series of rune readings along with numerology with those going forward. So those might be something that you're interested in seeing in the future. All right, guys, that's all we have available for you today. We look forward to seeing you in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.